Hey yo, what's up? So, got a video for you guys today, obviously, commentary. Gonna talk about some news that dropped today. Didn't actually drop today, it was a couple days ago. There was a press conference from Microsoft. They talked about Xbox, Windows 10, gaming, all that stuff. And Phil Spencer at this event talked about a upgradable Xbox console. This made people go crazy. Everybody's going crazy. There's lots of people talking about it. Mostly negative stuff. On my feed, I'm seeing mostly negative stuff. Not about the upgradable console, but about Xbox brand being dead and they're going to shift to Windows PC and be a PC gaming company now and forget console gaming. I don't see it that way. If you guys have been following my channel for a while or my Twitter or anything like that, you probably know that about a year ago, close to a year ago, about 9 or 10 months ago, I made a video leaking this exact information. I have an inside source that told me this information. Basically, Microsoft was developing a modular console that was going to be upgradable. The way it was explained to me at the time is that there's going to be 3 different versions of the console. There's going to be the base model, which is basically Xbox One right now as you have it. There's going to be a slightly better version, which would be able to play games at 1080p, 60 frames per second, across the board, every game. And then there's going to be, I guess you can call it an elite version, which would be able to play games in 4K. Now that's how it was explained to me initially. All that stuff was very vague at the time, and I leaked the information. I talked about it, and people basically told me to shut my mouth. They called me a liar, said I was making clickbait videos and all this stuff. And now those people are gonna eat some crow because Phil Spencer's talking about it now. It's coming true. So basically, the stuff I was talking about before, it's happening. Maybe not exactly as I mentioned it before, because like I said, they were at the time kind of just rumors, behind the scenes rumors that I happen to know about. But who knows? But the way I see it happening is basically, okay, let me just talk about one thing first. The concerns people are having. The concerns people are having are, what do I do with my current Xbox One console? Am I screwed? Do I have to buy another Xbox One in order for this to work? Or how's this going to work? Now what I think, and this is based on something that Phil Spencer said. Phil Spencer was asked to elaborate on this, news that he's spreading. And what he did was he referenced something that Sony is doing. Now if you guys know anything about the PSVR, the virtual reality headset that's coming out soon, it ships with a separate box called the processing unit. And this processing unit is basically a power booster for the PS4. And what it does, basically you plug the processing unit into the PS4, and then the headset plugs into the processing unit, and it allows the PS4 to run the VR headset more efficiently. Basically a power booster. That's basically what it is. So Phil Spencer referenced that, and he basically said, if Sony can create a box that enables you to run another device and enables you to basically amplify the power of the console, then he kind of said, why can't we do that with Xbox One? So what I'm getting to here is basically with your current Xbox One console, the one you have right now, if you own one, or that you can go to the store and buy one today, you will be able to buy a separate piece of hardware that will increase the performance and graphics capabilities of your console. For example, and this is going to be a proprietary thing, so it's not going to be like gaming PCs. It's not going to be like you go to a store or whatever and you can pick out a graphics card. It's not going to be like that. Or you can pick out a CPU, or you can pick out extra RAM, or it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like Microsoft releases a proprietary piece of hardware that you can buy, you plug it into your Xbox One, and bam, you have a power increase. Just like that. I mean, is that so far-fetched? Is that so hard to believe? Because if Sony's doing it with the processing unit to power the PlayStation VR, then why can't they make something that just basically boosts the power, like an external unit that boosts the power of the console? Seems pretty plausible to me, personally. One concern people are having, though, is software. Like how can I buy a game today? Like let's say I buy Far Cry Primal today, which I'm pretty sure runs at 1080p, 30 frames per second on Xbox One. And let's say I upgrade my hardware by buying a separate hardware power boosting unit. How is that game gonna know my hardware is different and all of a sudden increase the graphics? Now there's several ways this can happen. There's several ways that this can be done. Now perhaps the developers can be developing games based on the highest specs, and then when you insert the game into your console, it could maybe read it and sense what hardware version you have, and then it can adjust the game accordingly. Or it could be done very similar to PC gaming, where you just go into the options and you tick off what kind of graphics settings you want. If you have the the mid-range version that's capable of 1080p 60, then you have to go to the graphics, set your resolution to 1080p, set your frame rate to 60 frames per second. Maybe you can change the anti-aliasing methods. Maybe you can change some occlusion methods. Maybe you can change, some other graphics properties, whatever. But maybe you have to set it all yourself, or maybe it's set automatically. I don't know. But I just don't see it being that hard to fathom that the same game can be played on multiple versions of the same hardware. I hope this makes sense, because I don't even know if what I'm saying is making sense, but I hope it does. But I feel like this is positive news. Like, I feel like this is all good news from Microsoft for the Xbox brand, and I don't know why people are shitting all over it. Like, I'm looking at this going, wow, this has potential to be fucking huge for console gaming. Like, if I can just buy a proprietary piece of hardware that I can add to my current console to make it better, over the next couple years, instead of waiting, 2-3 times that long to buy a brand new console altogether, I think a lot more people would be on board with that, especially considering the fact that it's going to be able to play all the games. And, Phil Spencer did say that, you're going to see us come up with new hardware capabilities that's going to allow games to run backwards and forwards compatible. That's what he said. I mean, that's basically a quote word for word. Whether it comes out in this generation or they got to do it in the next generation, I don't know. He didn't specify on that. But based on the leak that I had before, this is something that's going to happen with Xbox One. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think it's good news, bad news? How do you think it's going to work? I could be completely wrong. Everything I'm saying in this video is basically my own theories, speculation, thoughts, whatever, on how I think that this could actually work and be a positive thing for the Xbox brand and for console gamers. Not just Xbox, but I'm pretty sure if Xbox is doing it, Sony's doing it too. And who knows, the fucking processing unit that's coming with the PlayStation VR could very well be the start of this. This could be, perhaps the processing unit that's coming with PSVR could enable us to play all of our games at 1080p 60 frames per second. Who knows? It could be a power booster for the PS4 that enable us to do that. We don't know. I could be completely wrong. We don't know. But leave your thoughts below. Let me know what you guys think. Gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys haven't yet, please check out my promo video that I put up last night for the Villain Collection. A new set of emblems I got coming out. Hope you guys dig it. Those emblems will be coming out, each day for the next week or so. So check that out. Give it a like. Share it with your friends. And yeah, that's it for this video. So I'm out. I'm Vile Self. Later, villains.